welcome back. And we're not inside the garage today, obviously we're outside the garage, and the job today is fitting the Inov N3. And you're going to say, oh no, not another sat-nav install. Yes, another sat-nav install, but the thing with the N3 is it's removable. Like the BMW owners have had for a long time, they can disconnect their nav units, put it in their pocket and walk away, where most of the others are wired in. The N3 is labelled, and on the box it says for BMW, but now comes with this bracket. So before we get going, I'll let you know, disclaimer, Inov sent me this unit free of charge to review and do an install on it. No holds barred, not telling me what to say, not telling me what I can or can't say. So let's get on with the install and you'll see the outcome. This handy little bracket is now, if I remove that, comes with those connectors, which then the N3, we're doing this with one hand, there you go, clips in and is removable by a press of a button, just like that. Now I know I should have left everything intact and did an unboxing, but I just didn't. I pulled everything apart. So what we have in this kit is we have the 2K cameras, we have a GPS, we have an absolute multitude of bolts and different mounting brackets. You also have TPMS. I won't be fitting these because I already have the TPMS fitted on the Speed Triple. So as you can see, I've already pulled everything apart. I've pre-assembled this camera. You've got the camera, the bracket, and then another bracket there. And, oh, there's an absolute multitude of bolts, brackets, and everything in here. I've already partly stripped the back end of the bike out, have an idea which way I'm going to mount it. Using the Healtech Thunderbox to mount him. Now the power cables, just like the other units that I've installed, instead of the usual positive and negative, the red and the black, now comes with the yellow, which is ignition live. So I'm going to just put that with the power cable. As long as there's power to it, it's going to light up. If you've got access to your ignition live and, you know, fuse box and that, wire it into there. That'd be, so as soon as you turn the ignition on, you'll have power. With this, I'm going to have to wait till the Thunderbox comes on. Now the Thunderbox will only come on when the engine's running. It's no big deal for me. Let's get on with it and let's waffle. Comes with like a ball joint and clamps. So for the time being, I'm going to use that. That ball joint is going to fit on the back of there, and then that's going to clamp onto there, and then this is going to clamp onto there. What eventually I'm going to do, I want some kind of mounting bracket here so it can sit there instead of sitting over here. But that'll be another day. So it's going to roughly look like that. As I said, I want to put a bracket across here so it sits closer to there. I think that may be a little too close when you're riding. We'll play around with the fixtures on that bracket later on. Let's get it all wired in. Now I'm going to attempt to wire it under the tank. That's held in with these little spring clips, and the tank sits on these rubber bongs. Right, as you just saw, I just put some heat shrink on there. There's a gap here in the headstock where the harness comes through. I just can't get anything down there, can't get these cables through. So what I'm going to have to do is the same as what I did for the exhaust servo. It's going to have to run along here at the top of the tank, but 2 pieces of heat shrink, which makes it look a little bit neater. They're potentially going to be tucked underneath that plastic cowl up there. Forgot to film, but I've already put the little rubber grip spacer that's in there. I've got the power cables here to add. Here's the Thunderbox connections. The GPS is wide under there, and you probably can't see it, but I've undone this panel and took the GPS under there. Next stage will be the camera. I'm going to have that doing the same thing. I've undone this panel here, going to run it underneath the panel and then have it located discreetly up there. Right, let's get on with some more wiring. So there you go, we have it. The N3 is now finally installed on the RS. Let's go take a look, see what I've done. So we start off with the main unit here. Like I said earlier on, I'm not too happy with it there, it's too far forward. So that's going to get altered at some point. I get a bracket here. Got the wiring all nicely trimmed down here and neat and tidy. There you see, I got the sun glaring at you. There's the camera, nice little position there, nice and neat. And then here we've got it all wired in to the Thunderbox. You got the yellow cable, red cable goes to the power, and then the black one obviously to the neutral. As I said earlier on, the yellow one is for an ignition live, so that's going to have to get connected. Rear camera, this one I'm not too happy with. I had so many different thoughts on where to position this, and this is where I put it for the time being. I'm not going to leave it there. So before I go and tidy all this mess up here, I'm going to go and have a brew. So obviously the next step is go out and give it a ride. So I'm going to go out tomorrow, I want to go and test it, and I'm reporting back whether I like it or not. Hey, good morning on this fine Sunday. A little overcast, but still fairly warm. Right, I've got a lot to do today, so got out quite early. Look at that bike. Poor thing's dirty, but it's such an amazing bike. Anyway, we're not here to review the bike. We're here for the Inov. Right, first things first, it comes with a screen protector. I forgot to mention that yesterday, and it needs it because I did end up with a couple of faint scratches, and that's just with installing it and moving it around. So if you get one of these, get that screen protector on straight away. Right, the other thing is boot up. Let's look at the boot up. Now, I have got the Healtech, it wired into the Healtech, so it takes a few seconds for the Healtech to decide there's enough power coming through. We need to factor that into it. So let's fire the bike up. Got to give a few seconds for the Healtech to acknowledge power. So we have the little blue LED, and then it boots straight up. That's not bad. That's not bad. Like I said, you've got to take in, I don't know, 5-6 seconds for the Healtech, and then straight in. Screen's quite bright, so it's gone over to CarPlay. You know all that stuff. You don't need to be looking at that. So it works quite well with my gloves. Got these things on the end of there that are meant to work on screens. Let's click on home. So what have we got? Right, that one, CarPlay. Cool, go straight to it. It's home. Cameras, front and rear cameras. Swipe toggles, there's a front, there's the back, and then back to dual mode. Very rarely do I actually use them, but it does have the TPMS, which obviously, as I said yesterday, I don't have fitted. I don't have the TPMS fitted because I don't need it, it's already on the bike, so I'm not putting it on just for the sake of it. What else do we have? There's TPMS, time function, that's display and volume, source and all that kind of stuff. You can change the wallpapers. Let's pick that one. Storage, obviously there, GPS connections, 7 satellites, all good. There's a reset, different languages, and then you can change your kilometres, miles, then your device name, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that kind of stuff. So pretty standard. Ooh, look at that nice display at the back there. So as always, less waffle, let's get on with it. So it would be interesting to compare the actual speed on the bike to the GPS speed. GPS speed for me is more accurate. So we set the cruise 35. Okay, it's locked to file there, and GPS is showing 3132. Nobody behind. Morning! Did they nod? Did they not? I do not know. So let's go over to the nav. Or CarPlay rather. I like to use Waze. It's quite good, quite sensitive. You don't have to keep pressing the screen that often. Don't you just love these average speed cameras everywhere? Coventry is awash with them. You can't go down a main road, or even some side roads near me, without the damn average speed cameras. So what more is there to say? This unit works, it's good, it's fantastic that it's now removable. Wow. I just realised I have my ND filter on, so it doesn't pick up the speedo. Oh fuck, Jesus Christ. But if it's not picking that up, then I've just wasted 20 minutes. So there you have it, my friends. The Inov N3 all fitted. You've seen there's the front camera, that's quite neatly tucked under there. Not happy about the position for the rear. I need to play around with that some more. It just popped in there. As you saw, GPS is under this panel, picking up everything. And the best thing about this unit over all other units is simply you can take it with you, just like the BMW units. Why it's taken so long for these manufacturers to come up with that for everybody else, I do not know. Surely developing and manufacturing a cradle isn't that difficult, because the BMWs already have it on there. So easy, press the button, take it away, put it back on, jobs are good. And also the benefit is you get another bracket on another bike, you can just swap the units over. Win-win. Let's get back to have a nice Sunday morning ride. I've got to bring it up again. I know you're not all in favour of that loud pipe. Oh, it's nice. So my friends, there it is, the Inov N3. Do I recommend it? Yes. Does it do everything it should do? Yes. So as always, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It really does mean a lot to see that figure go up. It makes these videos worthwhile, knowing that you want to see more of my content. Also give me a like if you will. Give me some comments, good, bad, whichever. Just make it polite and let's have a conversation on there. Love hearing from you. If I can answer any questions, I will do. I try and answer every one of your comments. So thank you. Take care, ride safe.